All right, folks, how we doing? Man, I'm like exhausted. Today is Friday the 9th. I got 9:04 in the morning. So, yeah, I was on the way to go see the children. My son's birthday is actually the 15th. I was just going to come early, but man, I just got winded on the way and I've barely hit 100 miles. But anyway, I just thought I'd take a break and talk to you guys about troops leaving Afghanistan. All right. So, I'd like to probably dedicate to a lot of veterans and people that are listening to this video, including myself, that did 13 years myself. And I got hurt in my second tour in Iraq and I went home. But anyway, news reports are saying that all U.S. troops are going to withdraw from Bagram Air Base by August 31st. Now, there was two reports a couple of months ago that those U.S. troops will be out by the end of the year. Then a month ago, supposed to have been September 11th, and I guess 2 days ago, President Joe Biden announced by August 31st, all right, all troops will be out. So, looks like the Afghan army forces, you guys on your own there, partners. Okay? Now, if you guys don't know much about the Afghanistan as war and the country, it's basically a poor country. It's very, very mountainous, very, very what they call agrarian. Okay, which is just farming lands mainly, and you got mainly like two cities there. Kabul, which is the capital, and Kandahar, all right, is in the south. As far as the military wise, they had a lot of bases out there maybe 10 or 12 years ago. But the main bases that you had at one time is Kandahar in the south and Bagram up north. And Bagram was a very sophisticated base. The armed forces made Bagram the main base for dignitaries, generals, troops to fly out. Okay, it's a very large facility. And one time, it's my understanding, they had 30,000 people on that base. Okay, where now it's going to zero. So, while like 10 years ago, it was like over 100,000 people, like 135,000. Now they're going to be down to zero. Now, just a little bit about 911. I did go to Afghanistan as a soldier, but I went as a contractor. Around 911, I had just got made sergeant a couple of days before. It was a Friday, but that happened on Monday. I'll never forget that incident. And I had some guys that went over there to Afghanistan to set up some stuff. We did fuel supply. I did fuel supply when I went full-time Army. I was a reservist and I went full-time. And I had a few guys who went over there. Afghanistan was a very different war at the time. Okay, I believe that to be able to fight troops in the desert, I believe it was more like a proving ground to help, to learn how to fight a war like that, a high-tech war. Okay, and then you add other things like computerized missile systems. All right, you learned about things like IEDs, those are the explosive devices that these troops would put underground and so forth. So a lot of things came out of this war. Things like Wi-Fi and so forth. There's some other things I really don't have the time to get into, using the internet to track down vehicles. In Afghanistan, 10 years ago, I was a contractor over there for about 8 months, and I couldn't stand it. All right, it snows. You get all 4 seasons up in Bagram. Being in Kandahar is like you being in Iraq. It's pretty much like 110 degrees, kind of like you being in Las Vegas. All right. I mean, there was some good money over there as a contractor, not anymore. Okay. For me, I did 2 tours in Iraq, and that's pretty much has commenced now. They have a few people there. So about the base, the Afghan troops will be securing that base, and already the Taliban, I was telling you about, they had many bases there, the smaller ones. Many of the Taliban forces has taken over the smaller bases, okay, satellite bases that is, and many of the Afghan troops had surrendered without taking a shot. That's going on right now as troops are leaving quietly from Bagram. So the question is, will these Afghan troops secure Bagram? Are they going to be able to sustain, Afghanistan? There's talks about Afghan reaching out to Turkey for help, but those talks have not, became in fruition. What do you guys think? All right, it doesn't look good to me. Just the other day, I mean, we'll see. I thought that the U.S. troops will probably be back. There's still about 600 to 1,000 troops in Kabul that's securing the embassy there and the airport. So they never really leave. Okay, it's just that they don't have as strong as a presence as they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But 20 years, looks like 20 years of troops being there is, really commencing. I was really shocked to find this out. Okay, I thought they were probably going to have it maybe like 5, maybe 10,000 people still over there. But what have we learned from all this fighting? I don't know what we learned. Okay, I didn't see no weapons of mass destruction. What do you think? Okay, and a lot of times war is pretty much about money and natural resources. And trust me, Afghanistan has got a lot of it. All right, they got a lot of poppy over there and other stuff. Okay, and which they do, I think, in my opinion, put in pharmaceuticals. Okay. It's pretty much money and natural resources, because again, I didn't never hear about no weapons of mass destruction. And also war, fighting wars for a generation, it puts a country further and further in debt. Okay, pretty much bankrupt. All right. So if somebody keeps coming at you and you're going to keep wasting resources or whatever to try to fight somebody off, then all you're going to do is you're going to end up broke. And that's what pretty much happened, I think, during these last 20 years of being over there. Okay, on top of the natural resources, the oil and all that stuff. All right, and what other resources they have to offer. This war is about $7-8 trillion. Okay, that the U.S. had accrued. All right, and again, the wars pretty much put you in a lot of debt. Well, not me, but the U.S. All right. So if you wonder why the deficit is so high, well, that's part of it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm done talking about this. All right. Hope the rest of the guys are remaining there. You guys get home safely. All right. And we'll see what other stuff comes up after that. And even when this is over, there'll be something else. And I think there'll be something else real soon. Okay. Maybe I may take a wild guess. Iran, Syria, maybe North Korea. You could, your writing's all on the wall. You can see it on the news. All right, subscribe, like, share, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Check out some of the other videos.